Hello everyone, this is Mr. Botros Asad and today we will talk about rounding 2 and 3 digit numbers. Let's look at this question. Which multiples of 10 does 63 lie between? So 63 is located between 60 and 70 because it comes after 63 but it comes after 60 but it didn't reach 70, so it is between 60 and 70. What do you think? It is closer to what? To 60 or 70? 63 need 3 steps back to reach 60 and need 7 steps forward to reach 70. So it is closer to go to 60 than going to 70. This means 63 is closer to 60 than 70. And this is the meaning of rounding. Rounding to the nearest 10 means telling what multiple of 10 is closer to my number. So 63 is closer to 60 than 70. I will locate it here, 63. And 63 rounded to the nearest 10 is 60. So I will consider 63 as 60 when I estimate some calculations. Which multiples of 10 does 35 lie between? 35 comes after 30 and before 40. So it is between 30 and 40. But it is closer to which of them? Here it needs 5 steps forward to reach 40 and 5 steps back to reach 30. But this means it is in the halfway between 30 and 40. This means it is here, halfway. But he's asking me to round 35 to the nearest 10. I have to tell him, I have to tell which number, which multiple of 10 is closer to 35. So if it is in the halfway, I will consider it closer to the greatest multiple of 10. So 35, when it is rounded to the nearest 10, it will be 40. Which multiples of 10 does 78 lie between? 78 comes after 70 and before 80. So it is here somewhere between 70 and 80. It needs 2 steps forward to reach 80 and 80 steps back to reach 70. So it is closer to 80 than 70. So I will put my mark here, 78. But he's asking me to round 78 to the nearest 10. I have to choose one multiple of them which is closer to 78. So I see here it needs 2 steps only to reach 80. So 78, when rounded to the nearest 10, it will be 80. Now we will talk about rounding to the nearest 100. I have here 624. Which multiples of 100 does 624 lie between? 624, of course, comes after 600 and before 700 because he's asking which multiple of 100. So it is between 600 and 700. Where it comes on the number line, it comes here 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, and 700. Somewhere between these two multiples of 100. Now I want to tell it is closer to which of them, because I want to round to the nearest 100. If I want to round to the nearest 100, I have to look at the tens place. The tens place here has 2, and approximately it needs about 80 to reach 700, or to go back 20 to reach 600. This calculation is approximately, not exact. So I think it is closer to 600 than 700. When I put my mark, it will be closer to 600 here. So here is the 624. I want to round this to the nearest 100. So I will say that 624, when rounded to the nearest 100, it will be 600. Why? Because it's closer to 600 than 700. So put in mind, when you round to the nearest 10, you look at the units. When you round to the nearest 100, you look at the tens. I have another example here. Which multiples of 10 does 892 lie between? 892 is between 800 and 900. I said I have to look at the tens place. So it is about 10 steps forward to reach 900, or 90 steps back to reach 800. Where it is exactly? It is here between 800 and 900. It is closer to which one of them? Closer to 900. So my mark will be closer to 900, and my number is here. How can I round it? I will look at the number line. It is closer to 900. So 892 is rounded to 900. 892 rounded to the nearest 100 is 900. Which multiples of 10 does 429 lie between? 429 is between 400 and 500. Where is exactly on the number line? Here is 400, and here 500, somewhere here, but it is closer to which one of them? It is closer to which multiple of 10? Here it is about 80 steps forward to reach 500, or 20 steps back to reach 400. And remember, these numbers not exact, it's about or approximately. So I think it is closer to 400. When I put my mark, it will be closer to 400. Now the question, round 429 to the nearest 100. I have to choose one of them to tell that my number is closer to it. I think 429 is closer to 400. So 429, when rounded to the nearest 100, it will be 400. And remember, when I round to the nearest 100, I look at the tens. Now let's round some number to the nearest 10. Round these numbers to the nearest 10. For example, 63. I said when I round to the nearest 10, I look at the units. Here is 3. This means it is closer to 60 than 70 because I need 3 steps only to reach 60. I want an easier way. Look, I have here 2 types of number: strong numbers and weak numbers. Strong numbers is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Weak numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3 is from the weak numbers. So when I round my number, I will go back to the previous multiple of 10, which is 60. What about 46? Round it to the nearest 10. I will look at the units. 6. 6 is a strong number. So if it is strong, I will move to the next multiple of 10. After 40 here, I should go to 50. So 46 rounded to the nearest 10 is 50. And another example here, like 85. I will look at the units. When I round to the nearest 10, I look at the units. 5 from the strong number, so it will be the next multiple of 10 after 80 is 90. So 85 rounded to the nearest 10 is 90. Let's round to the nearest 100. I have some examples like 348, 671, and 952. When I round to the nearest 100, I will look at the tens place, and I should figure out the tens place is a strong number or a weak number. Here is the hundreds, and here is the tens place. It is 4. 4 is from the weak numbers, so it will move me back. It will let me go back to the previous multiple of 100, which is 300. So 348 rounded to the nearest 100 is 300. 671 round to the nearest 100. Look at the tens. Here is the hundreds. I should take care of the tens. 7. 7 from the strong numbers. So it will let me go to the next multiple of 100. After 600 is 700. So 671 rounded to the nearest 100 is 700. And the last example here is 952 round to the nearest 100. I should take care of the tens. 5 from the strong numbers. So it will let me move to the next multiple of 100. After 900, I say 1000. So 952 rounded to the nearest 100 is 1000. And this was all for today. Thank you very much.